Pardon me, Ms. Becker, but are you attempting to deceive this court? Perjury is a matter we handle with utmost gravity in my chamber. Judge Harrison Vance peered over his spectacles as he raised the paperwork. 2 decades on this bench have taught me to recognize a soldier who's seen battle, and quite honestly, miss, you're not what I'd expect. At the defense table, Carly Becker remained composed. Her deep blue top complemented her golden hair that cascaded in gentle curls. Her appearance suggested an elementary school educator rather than a distinguished military officer. Your Honor, this is entirely legitimate, Carly stated without wavering. Your appearance suggests you've just left a weekend meal with your college friends. Yet you claim to have served as a tactical operator? That you rescued 3 service members from a flaming aircraft while under hostile attack. That accurately describes what occurred, Your Honor. The documentation has been authenticated. Discharge papers can be counterfeited. Military decorations are available for purchase on the internet. This is what we call stolen valor, Ms. Becker. Bailiff Miller observed from his position near the entrance. Unlike the judge, he picked up on subtle details, her complete stillness, the way her gaze automatically assessed entry points and defensive positions, the military bearing she was deliberately restraining. The military doesn't distribute honors freely, Your Honor, Carly explained. They must be earned through service. The judge's composure crumbled. I'm offering you a single opportunity to withdraw these claims. Confess that these records belong to your spouse or parent. Accept the monetary penalty, and I'll spare you from criminal charges for document fraud. I'm unable to deny what's true. The judge's complexion turned scarlet. You've given me no alternative. These proceedings are suspended. Bailiff, secure these materials. We'll reconvene after a quarter-hour break to resolve this absurdity. Miller approached to gather the paperwork. He stopped at the framed display, a silver star accompanied by a gold oak leaf cluster. A low-quality photograph depicted aircrew members standing before a sand-covered helicopter. The commendation referenced a Valley engagement that had received media coverage. He raised his eyes to Carly. Ma'am, Miller spoke softly, this unit mentioned in your commendation, the 100th, medical evacuation and assault operations. We provided heavy reinforcement that particular day. Miller noticed the call sign, Valkyrie 6. Recognition struck him forcefully. He was familiar with that renowned designation. The judge suffers from more than limited perspective, Carly responded. His worldview simply excludes my existence. Miller rushed to the court clerk. Don't simply check the electronic records, Sarah. Contact Fort Hamilton directly. Inform them that Valkyrie 6 is present in Judge Vance's chambers, and he's threatening her with arrest for falsifying military honors. Several miles distant, Captain Davila seized his telephone. Repeat that information. Judge Vance is accusing her of what offense? He rushed from his workspace, racing toward a secured entrance. I require immediate access to the general. This concerns Valkyrie. A civilian judge who believes she's fraudulent is detaining her. Within the office, General Alicia Thorne was conducting a presentation. For silver stars adorned her uniform shoulders. General, ma'am, Major Becker is involved. She's attending traffic proceedings. The presiding judge has found her in contempt, claiming she's committed stolen valor. Complete silence fell over the gathering. Everyone present knew Carly Becker had served as Thorne's co-pilot during the military escalation. Thorne's expression hardened. He's taking what action? She grabbed her hat. This meeting is concluded. We're proceeding to the courthouse. In the courtroom, Vance reconvened. Well, Ms. Becker, I've observed something revealing. Your records show a combat action badge, yet aviators receive air medals instead. This exposes the entire deception. I'm finding you in contempt. Bailiff, place Ms. Becker under arrest. Shocked reactions rippled through the spectators. Then audible evidence arrived. The powerful, coordinated cadence of military footsteps against stone flooring. The entrance burst open. 2 armed military police entered first. General Alicia Thorne followed, her 4 stars impossible to miss. Absolute quiet descended. Thorne proceeded directly toward Carly. Carly immediately assumed attention position. Thorne executed a deliberate, precise salute. Carly mirrored the gesture. "Major," Thorne acknowledged. "General," Carly responded. Thorne faced the judge's platform. "I am General Alicia Thorne, Commanding Officer of United States Army Forces Command, and I'm present to address an administrative mistake." She asserts she received a Silver Star, Vance managed weakly. "Observe her appearance." Thorne leaned closer. "You're focusing on her hairstyle, Judge. You're noticing her clothing. You're perceiving what fits your expectations." She addressed the observers. "In 2014, Captain Becker piloted her aircraft into a narrow canyon with no visual reference. She diverted hostile fire from my personnel. When her accompanying pilot sustained damage, she refused to withdraw. She maintained her position for 45 minutes despite a destroyed canopy and hydraulic system failure. 22 soldiers returned home because of her actions. I'm alive today because of her." Thorne's gaze intensified. "She fails to match your concept of heroism because your understanding is limited and antiquated. However, courage manifests in her form. Courage appears as a woman wearing a blue shirt who demonstrated more exceptional service in a single afternoon than many achieve throughout their entire careers." Her command sergeant major advanced carrying a fabric-lined container holding the authentic decorations. "You threatened her with criminal prosecution for stolen valor. Yet the only theft occurring involves this officer's respect being taken by a judicial system that evaluates based on superficial characteristics." The audience responded with enthusiastic clapping. Vance collapsed into his seat. "Ms. Becker, Major Becker, I offer my sincere apologies. I permitted my preconceptions to interfere with my discernment. The charge is dropped. You may depart." "I appreciate that, Your Honor," Carly replied steadily. Outside the building, Thorne straightened her headgear. "Your presence wasn't necessary," Carly commented. "Occasionally you require aerial reinforcement." Carly chuckled. "Perhaps I should have dressed in military attire." Thorne disagreed, placing her hand on Carly's shoulder. "Negative. Society must understand we exist everywhere. We're the educators, the medical professionals, the parents. Our protective gear is no longer external. We carry it within." As the military vehicles departed, Carly retrieved her worn challenge coin, running her thumb across the embossed wings. She merged into the pedestrian traffic, appearing identical to everyone surrounding her. Modest, reserved, yet her posture reflected increased confidence, understanding that while society might perceive merely a woman in a blue top, she understood her true identity completely. And now others did as well.